Y'all know the drill. Welcome to the Balking Dead, where there is no fucking sleep for the wicked. Day 10 of the MLB season, and this show is still fucking sponsored by Prizepicks. So if you haven't already, go on over there, use promo code Pub fucking Sports. Don't use the fucking port. So Pub Sports, use that port, get yourself $100 match bonus on your first $100 deposit. So yeah, easy day today, guys. 6 games, couple good pitchers. Let's get into this shit. We got first game up on the board. Angels at Rangers. Noah Syndergaard versus Taylor Hearn. Syndergaard smoked the Astros first game out. And just like last time, we are bet on Noah Syndergaard this year. He took a 1-year deal because he's going to kick some fucking ass. So any type of time a guy's betting on himself and takes a 1-year deal, that's because he knows he's going to be better than he has been. He's coming off of Tommy John surgery, didn't pitch the last 2 years, looked really good the first time out, and I expect big things coming from Noah Syndergaard. So we riding him today, right? Hold up, swolled up, calm down. Texas, they're seeing the ball really well from right-handed and left-handed pitchers. Syndergaard's a righty. Rangers are walking top 5% in the majors at 11.5% and only striking out 17.5%. Top 3. So they're fucking seeing the ball. They're walking and they're not striking out right now. They're middle of the pack batting average, top 10 OPS. So the power numbers are there and they're not striking out. So I would not be looking at a Noah Syndergaard 5+ strikeouts today. I could see maybe a good quality start, maybe him going 5-6 innings, but the way that the Rangers have been seeing the balls, the strikeouts just haven't been coming. Taylor Hearn. Right now, Prizepicks is offering a 3.5. No other book right now has a strikeout prop for this guy. Let's get into him. He had a solid outing versus the Rockies team last week in his first outing out, and they eat left-handed pitchers for breakfast. Last season, he was a run worse at home and four runs worse at night. Time to compared pitching during the day. So this guy sucked ass at night. He was good during the day. We're in a night game, and he was worse at home than on the road. So this is not a good spot to be backing a Taylor Hearn in a win type way in my eyes. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but he seems to have struggled with his splits. But in a way, we do want to look at Hearn as in those strikeouts. Angels have been struggling versus left-handed pitchers, guys. Walking only 7.6% of the time. League average is 8.5%. And striking out at an absurd 35.4%. We have 10 games of numbers to look at, guys. 35.4% of the time is more than 1 in every 3 batters. So 3.5 strikeouts for a guy that should be going 5 innings and who had 6 strikeouts versus a Rockies team who's seeing the ball way better than the Angels from a left-handed side. I think this is a stupid number, and once the books put it out, I think they take it from us. But let's get into it. Left-handed hitters and right-handed hitters were both hitting about 250 off Syndergaard in 2019 before the surgery. And Hearn last year, left-handed hitters were hitting 198. And right-handed hitters were hitting a crazy, well, good 267, not crazy. One game this year, once again, left-handed hitters don't have a hit versus him, while right-handed hitters are hitting 533. No one has seen Syndergaard, but Corey Seager has been smashing and hits from the left side. And once again, Syndergaard's batting average and power numbers were worse from that side. So we would look to be running some left-handed hitters versus Syndergaard if you're looking at DraftKings or if you're looking at some home run type props. Definitely wouldn't hate you there. No Angel has success versus Hearn in more than 10 at-bats. But Adele has 2 home runs in 6 and had a home run again yesterday. The guy is swinging the bat hard and tends to see Hearn pretty well. Once again, right-handed hitters crush or have a decent average. Left-handed hitters don't really have a chance versus Hearn. So I'm looking at that Hearn 3.5 strikeouts. They haven't added on to Bovada yet. Once they add it there, I'll be looking at it to hammer it there. I've got to take advantage of a team who's not walking and striking out. It's not just about K percentage, fellas. You want them not walking too. So until these guys decide to start being patient and they start seeing the ball, we've got to take advantage of it. Next game on the card, the New York Yankees at the Baltimore Orioles. Shout out to Big Ragu with that Orioles play yesterday, because that was some freaking brilliant capping right there, my guy. We got Jamison Taillon and Tyler Wells. Taillon's coming off a solid start versus the Blue Jays. Last year, he was better at home with a 3.2 ERA compared to his 5.6 road ERA. He has a 3.27 ERA in 2 games versus the Orioles last year, both coming in Camden Yards. He had 1 quality start while giving up 2 and 5 innings in his other start. Orioles are walking number 2 in Major League Baseball right now versus right-handed pitching, and striking out at a crazy 13.9% rate. They're not fucking striking out. Oh, my bad. They are walking at a 13.9% rate. That's absurd. That's a crazy ass walk rate. That is nuts. But they're striking out second most in the big leagues versus righties, and that is at a 27.8%. So they're taking their walks, but they're fucking swinging, and they're swinging for the fences, this team. So if you're looking at Jamison Taillon 6+ at plus 102, I can't hate you there one bit. He should go 5 to 7 innings. Shout out to El Dorado with the $10 donation, my guys. When you send a message, people will be. Oh, I can't even read it. Someone else covered it. Let me pull that up. We're gonna take a timeout for that, Dono. There's. Oh, it's a super sticker. No, thank you, my guy. Thank fucking you. Without you guys, bro, I wouldn't be here. So smash the like if you haven't. Hit the share. Hit the retweet. Let's get some more people up in here before I lose my yob. But definitely wouldn't hate looking at that Taillon prop with that strikeout percentage up at around that 28%. Orioles are bottom 5 in hitting average and bottom 10 OPS. So I don't hate anybody looking at a Jamison fantasy prop or looking to ride him in a DraftKings or the over fantasy score on Prizepicks. I expect a solid, good start from him. Tyler Wells, on the other hand, didn't make it to the second inning versus the Rays last time out and has a career 4.6 ERA. Big splits last year. He has a ERA 6+ on the road and a 1. He has a 6+ at home at Camden Yards and a 1.14 at home, guys. That's on the road. Absurd. So Camden Yards is a hitter's ballpark. He don't pitch well there, and you about to run into a Yankees team that can hit the damn ball. He pitched 6 times versus the Yankees last year, all in a relief role, so nothing went more than 1.5 innings. So no one has seen him more than 10 at-bats. That should favor Tyler Wells at least the first time through. Yankees versus right-handed pitchers are walking 7.9%, bottom 10, striking out 25.4%, top 10, and they're middle of the pack average OPS right now, hitting against right-handed pitchers. Wells, they do not have a strikeout prop line for him right now, and like I said, Taillon is at that 6+ on Bovada at plus 102. Left-handed hitters were hitting 225 last year versus him, while right-handed batters were hitting a 247. Left-handed hitters versus Wells, and I had to go back a few years ago because he hasn't pitched since 2018, guys. So got to be careful about that. Wells, he hasn't started since 2018 in the big leagues. So left-handed hitters hit a 167, right-handed hitters hit a 206. So Wells has been pretty damn solid at times, average-wise, but the power numbers have been there, and he's been more of a play on the road. Mountcastle, Mullins, and Santander all have a home run off of Taillon, all in a very small sample size, less than 10 at-bats, but you can't look too far from that. Both of these bullpens, guys, are top 5 bullpens ERAs right now, so take that into mind too. If you're looking at a fantasy score, your team should lock it in you for the win. ERA-wise, New York is number 2 and Baltimore's number 4. Who had that Baltimore bullpen being this damn lights out? I sure as fuck didn't. And we'll see, though. Time will tell. Baseball's a long year. And it's a marathon, guys. It's a marathon. So let's get into this next one where we got the Brewers at the Cardinals. Peralta got hammed yesterday. I see my guy Noli in there. I see you, Nikki. Real deal prime. The grinder. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Next game in, we got the Brewers. Brewers at the Cardinals. Steven Matz versus Adrian Hauser. Mats got cracked versus the Pirates last time out. 9 hits, 7 earned in 3 innings. His home road splits were the same last year, but he did have a run difference in night games compared to day games. He is in a night game because guess what? We cover night games here, fellas, and the females that pop in. He's coming in off his third worst career spring training, guys, and he's had nine spring trainings, and he got cracked versus the fucking Pirates. So for right now, Steven Matz is going to have to be a wait and see for me. Brewers versus left-handed pitching are walking middle of the pack at 8%. They're bottom 10 in strikeouts, bottom 10 average OPS. So this could be a favorable matchup for Matz today. They're not hitting the ball well, but I don't see the strikeouts being there. They have Matz's strikeout prop at 6+ 100 on Bovada. I think it's going to be hard versus a team that's not chasing right now. So you're going to need them to chase if you're going to need strikeouts. I could see a solid 2-run, 5-inning outing. I could see that type of game, but the 6+, I don't know about that one. Adrian Hauser, he gave up 2 runs or less in the 4 innings versus the Orioles, but had 3 walks. So pitch count was up. We just talked about the Orioles, how they're walking at a 13.9% clip. The league average is 8.5. So he got his pitch count way up by a team who's taking a lot of pitches. So take that into mind. He had a better home ERA with a 2.81 than road ERA last year with a 3.67. Hauser was 3-0 with a 0.36 ERA in 4 appearances versus the Cardinals last year. What? Holy fucktar, dude. Let me read that shit out one more time, just in case you missed. 3-0 with a 0.36 ERA in 4 appearances. Wow, guys. Cardinals versus right-handed pitchers this year are walking top 10, striking out at a league best 15.3%. They're not fucking striking out, guys, to right-handed pitchers. So take that in mind. An 11th average and 9th OPS. So, yes, I understand Hauser had some good games versus them last year. Last year, the Cardinals struggled versus right-handed pitchers. Right now, and in spring training, this Cardinal team has been humming. So take those stats from last year from Hauser and take it with take a little bit of watch the fuck out for a team that's not striking out. So and hitting the ball. So those 2 things right there, guys, are whoa. Watch out there, Mr. Hauser. And we're not talking Dookie Hauser either. Mats last year, left-handed hitters hit 276 while right-handed hitters hit 261. Hauser, left-handed hitters hit 273 while right-handed hitters hit a crappy 192. So no Brewers have seen more than 10 at-bats versus Mats. The Cardinals, which we're going to want to look at some left-handed hitters over here. They do not have too many, but Carlson, he is a switch batter who's hitting 364 and 11 at-bats off of Matt's career. He has been cold this year, but nothing like a guy that you've seen before that can get your season going. Goldschmidt, 286 and 21 at-bats, 2 home runs, and this fool's been hot and seeing the ball really well this year. He's been taking a lot of walks. If you hang one to this guy, bye-bye, buddy, bye-bye. Molina, he's batting 294 and 17 at-bats and 1 home run, and he's also been ice cold this year. That's why some of these guys with good numbers, that's why I could see Mats maybe having a decent day today, guys, because the guys that do hit him, only one of them are hot right now. So we'll see. Time will tell. Next game out, we got the Chicago Cubs at the Rockies. Damn, that game hammed me yesterday. Shout out to the chat, guys. Smash the like if you haven't. If you're in Twitter world, guys, hit the damn link and pop in the chat. Say what's good. Let's get to the monies. We got Mark Leiter Jr. versus Antonio Sensatella. Leiter Jr. hasn't pitched in the majors since 2018, a career 5.5 ERA, but this spring and last year in AAA, he has been solid with an ERA around 2 to 2.5. Rockies versus right-handed pitchers this year are walking 3rd worst in the league at 6%, while striking out middle of the pack 24%. They're top 10 average OPS, though, versus righties. These guys have been humming. Mark Leiter does not have a strikeout prop out, and I'd be tempted to not be taking strikeout props or hitting unders versus these Rockies right now. But The only thing that would keep me personally off it is the walks. They're walking, like I said, third worst, 6%. That to me is that's not good. That means you're getting a little lucky. You're chasing pitches. That's not good. Antonio Sensatella, on the other hand, box score says he did pretty solid versus the Dodgers. He gave up 9 hits though in those 3 innings. He only gave up 1 run, and no run scored. That's where the box score is going to be faulty to you. There was runners on all the damn time versus him, and he got out of it. And to his credit and the Rockies bullpen credit, they ended up holding that game down. 2 games versus the Cubs last year, he had a 4.22 ERA with 1 quality start and 2 appearances. Cubs versus right-handed pitchers are walking third best at 11.8%, striking out at middle of the pack, and top 5 average, top 10 OPS. I could see this as a lot of runs from both sides, guys. Both of these guys are hitting the ball really, really well, OPS average-wise versus right-handed. They're both top 10s. They're both smacking the ball. Neither of these pitchers scare me. If someone was to have a good day, I would think it would be Mark Leiter. But once again, this is Colorado. So tough luck having a good day at one of the craziest freaking ballparks in baseball. No hitters, like I said. We don't have stats off Mark Leiter. He hasn't pitched since 2018 in the big leagues. And left-handed hitters hit 294 off Sensatella, while right-handed hitters hit 281 last year. His strikeout props at 4+ minus 152 on Bovada. And I wouldn't want to run a strikeout prop versus these Cubs right now. Like I said, they're walking third best in the league, 11.8%, and they're striking out middle of the pack, 23.6%. Those walks mean something when strikeout props, guys. It's not just looking at K percentages. You want to look at walk percentages also. So you've got to factor that in. And those walks take down the K percentage, in my opinion. So I'd be looking at fading a Sensatella at an under prop today, if anything. No one has more than 10 at-bats versus either of these pitchers. But I've got a question for you guys. Who is leading the major leagues in batting if you started the season yesterday, the 162-game season? If it started yesterday, who is leading the Major League Baseball season in average? I bet you couldn't say Frankie Schwindel from the Chicago Cubs. Since this kid's call-up, in 162 games, he has the best average in baseball. He's batting over 330, guys. This guy is a machine. Machine. Okay, guys, we want to bet on machines, and Prizepicks ain't offering us that machine. So that guy right there is definitely a play on, especially at DraftKings in my eyes when you're getting on that much, especially in over 1.5 bases. This guy is a hitter and a hitting machine. 2 top bullpen ERA-wise, with the Rockies being the best bullpen in not two top 10 bullpens, with the Rockies being the best in all of baseball, guys. They have a 0.83 ERA so far. Will that hold up? No. But the fact that these guys are humming and they're feeling good about themselves, baseball's super streaky, and you've got to ride streaks, guys. And this bullpen believes in themselves right now. Next game out, guys. This one I love. I've got a lot of talking to do about it with my guy Noli after this one. But we've got the Astros and Mariners. Justin Verlander versus Flexen. Not just flexing, but flexing at home. This I didn't understand, but we're going to ride us some Justin Verlander today, and we're going to want to ride him in the fantasy score because I think he goes 6+ innings. He gets the quality start, and he has the opportunity at getting the win after the quality start. Verlander looked like Verlander last time out. We could expect him to go his normal 100+ pitches. He's going to go full workload as long as he can hang in the game. He hasn't pitched versus the Mariners in over 2 years due to Tommy John. Seattle versus right-handed pitchers are walking 4th best, 11.8%, and their bottom 10 in strikeouts, 21%. They're middle of the league average OPS. They're not too damn shabby, guys, versus right-handers. Verlander's K prop is at 7+ on Bovada, minus 105. This is one I'd shy away from. I mean, I can't hate you if you play it because you're a Verlander fan and he is a strikeout pitcher, but I look for numbers to go with those strikeout pitching. And Seattle Mariners are walking 4th best. and striking out bottom 10 right now. So I've got to just kick back and see and wait on the strikeout prop, but I definitely damn near think Safeco Field will help him and the runs and all that good shit, which will get us to our fantasy score and prize picks. So big field, K's may be down, but I expect a solid six inning start from Mr. Verlander today. Flexen got tagged versus the Twins first time out. He has a career 4.86 ERA. But we all know by betting baseball now, his big splits last year, he had a home 3.23 ERA and a road 4+ ERA. Flexen is 0-2 with a 5.74 ERA versus the Astros last year, but only one bad outing to make that ERA balloon more than what it really should be. Versus right-handed pitchers this year, the Astros are 19th in walk percentage, 8.1, bottom 5 in strikeouts. They don't strike out to righties or lefties. They are middle of the pack average OPS. They are just not seeing the ball well, guys. I don't know if Yordan Alvarez is going to be in the lineup yet. They need him in the lineup. Drastically need him in the lineup. They're missing Correa. They've got a couple young people in there. Pena will be good. Pena has been good versus lefties. So this is a righty. So this team's going to have its ups and downs at the beginning of the year. And you got to pick your spots with them. And Verlander's a fucking spot. So I'm definitely looking towards Verlander. Flexen's strikeout prop is 4+ -114. I think if you bet every Astro strikeout prop to the under at the end of the year, it'll hit over 65%. This team just doesn't strike out. I've only played the under one time so far, and it hit with Bumgarner. And even though Bumgarner had a really good game pitching against them, they just put the ball in play, guys. This is what the Astros do. Very small sample size versus Flexen, but everybody on this team has a hit. At least one hit versus this guy in less than 10 at bats. So the only Mariner to see Verlander 10+ at bats is Haniger, and that dude is struggling with a 188. So, and once again, it's been over 2 years, so I'm going to take that out the window. I expect Verlander to be dominant today. I am very iffy on Flexen, and I know a lot of people like Flexen. So I can't hate you if you ride Flexen, but I'll be looking to fade him by riding Justin Verlander's fantasy props. Fantasy score over on Prizepicks. Yes, sir. Let's get to the best game on the board. Cincinnati Reds at the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is a big game, guys. Hunter Green versus Julio Urias. Why is this a big game? Hunter Green, the number 2 pick in the overall pick in the 2017 draft. What a draft. Last night, and Mackenzie Gore were number 3 and 5 in that draft, and those two pitched pretty fucking good games yesterday. Now we get the number 2 pick overall. A guy who's topped out at 104 miles per hour and averages 100 miles per hour on his fastball. Electric. This is Noli's guy. Hunter fucking Green. Where was Hunter Green born? Los Angeles, California. Where'd he go to high school? Sherman Oaks, California. This guy's going to have his family here. This guy's going to, I expect some big things from this kid. Will it be versus the Dodgers? That I don't know. He had a solid outing last time out. He had 7 strikeouts, 3 earned runs, and 5 innings versus the Braves. The only issue since being in the AAA last year and being called up this year has been his whip to me. It's been over the 1.3 mark, where in all the other parts of the minors, he seemed to control his whip. Is he excited? Is the nerves getting to him? Probably. But once this kid gets his feet sunk in, I expect great things from him. I've been shying away from him at first because I need him to get his feet sunk in. But there's going to be days where this kid is just electric. And there's going to be days like last week where he gives up 3 runs in 5 innings. That's not that damn bad, guys. So once he turns the corner, you're going to want to be on the right side and just pay attention. Dodgers versus right-handed pitchers are top 10 in walk percentage, bottom 10 in strikeout percentage, third best average, second best OPS. So they are humming versus right-handers, and Man, Hunter Green, I know this is your homecoming for your family to watch you, but damn, this is the wrong time to be seeing this lineup. Hunter Green's strikeout prop is at 5 plus minus 104. And like I said, Dodgers are walking top 10 and striking out bottom 10. So strikeout props with him, they'll be there though. When you throw 100 plus, they will be there. I can't hate you for playing it. And I'm going to stay away because the numbers tell me to stay away. Julio Urias, on the other hand, struggled in Colorado in his first time out, and he didn't look good this spring. He was missing a lot of pitches high, guys, and high in the MLB gets roped. You cannot be missing high to these big guys with big bodies in big tree trucks. They're going to take you deep. Right now with Julio Urias, he's a wait and see on me, guys. He had his worst spring. He's not looking good coming into it, and it's just, I can't hate you for taking him. He is a stud. And the Reds versus lefty are bottom 10 walk percentage at a measly 4.8%. They're 18th in K percentage at a 20%, 15th average OPS, dead middle of the pack. So by the numbers, he should have a good game. Oh, yeah, we got another dono. Let's keep it fucking going. My guy, in Sharpie we trust. I don't know shit about baseball, but I know where to tune in to learn. Energy's fucking here. It'll always be here. 162 games. Man, you guys get me going. You guys keep me fucking pumped, bro. Let's fucking go. Yee! But yeah, I can't hate anybody looking to back Urias tonight. Me as a guy who's been watching this guy his whole career, I gotta wait. I gotta hope he turns it around, and he hasn't shown me signs of turning it around. So careful backing him at that minus 250 line too for anybody out there. His strikeout prop is at 6 plus. They're not striking out, but they aren't walking. So that not walking does come into a factor, guys. Comes into big factor. It bumps their strikeout percentage way up to me. So in average now, they become a top 10 strikeout team, even though it says they're almost a bottom 10. So if you're looking at an Urias K prop tonight, I don't hate you, but he needs to keep the ball down for him to have a damn chance. So we are here. No one, once again, in this game has had any at-bats more than 10 versus these guys. Green, this is his second start in the big leagues, so tough luck. If you would want to run it in a DraftKings stack that might get lucky tonight, fade Urias. He hasn't looked good in my eyes. Go ahead and play some Cincinnati Reds. Look at maybe Cincinnati Reds first 5. You're hearing that from a Dodger fan. So if you haven't already, smash the like. Go on over to Pub Sports. Check out all the stuff they got going on their websites right now. They've been building it as they're coming. Soon they'll have a spot to buy cool shirts like this. It's actually cooler in person.
UFC tonight, too.
Big UFC tonight. I'm going to pop on for like 30 minutes because I got a date tonight, you know. We're going to go on a date. Sharpie going to get some hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Yeah. But yeah, go on over to Prizepicks. Use the promo code PUBSPORTS if you haven't already for your first $100 match deposit on your first $100 deposit. So $100 match bonus on your first deposit up to $100. Go ahead. If you haven't already, tune into Connor Mack's Golf's Prize Picks. Tune into Billy's UFC Prize Picks. 4-0, guys. 4-0. Y'all better stop sleeping, bro, and get on the train, bro. They putting out some short 2-3 minute videos where, hey, if you don't like what he's saying, then fade it. It's up to you. But it's information, and one of these guys is hot. So sometimes you got to ride people when they're hot. UFC stream early today, guys, 2:30 Eastern time. 2:30 Pacific time, 5:30 Eastern time. So a couple hours from now, go get you a power nap, get you some power bets in. And, yeah, hit the like and have a blessed weekend.